This is actually going to be a fun video because I'm in the process of repotting most of my plants. It is almost spring here in New Orleans and everything needs to be repotted, like literally everything. This is my Alocasia poly. I've had it for, goodness, about 5 or 6 years and it's been growing really, really well. I currently have it growing in Lechuza pond. And for those of you who don't know what pond is, it is a mineral substrate and a soil replacement. It contains pumice, lava rock, and zeolite. Also a slow release fertilizer. So far, my poly has been loving pond. There was a transition period that was not so fun, but now she's okay. She's had time to acclimate. So I have her in a Lechuza Cubicle 22. And I'm going to upgrade her to a Lechuza Cubicle 30. I'm obsessed with self-watering planters because they just make things so easy. A couple years back, when Ida hit, Hurricane Ida, we evacuated and we were gone for 2 weeks. In that 2 weeks, I had my dad, he was coming back to get supplies to water my plants. And I felt really bad about that because everybody's concerned about food and gas and water. And I'm like, you need to go and water my plants. They need it so badly. And so when I got home, all of my plants were in bad condition. And so I just realized there, I need a solution so that if this happens again, and let's face it, it's gonna happen again, I can rest assured that the plants don't need to be watered because then I can go 1 to 2 weeks without watering. So what I really like about these containers is that they have an inner liner that can easily be taken out. And that's gonna make this repot so much easier. These are all the things that you need to set up the self-watering planter. It already comes with Lechuza pod. And okay, so full disclaimer, the way that you're supposed to plant things in these self-watering planters is you're supposed to line the bottom with pond and then place all of the soil on top of it. But I just plant straight in pond because my plants seem to like it a lot more. So what happens is as the water level rises, it's gonna push this styrofoam piece up. It's gonna make this red straw rise. This is how you're gonna be able to tell how much water is in your water reservoir. Self-watering planters that have these water meters are valuable. You have so many other types of self-watering planters. One in particular has like a little window at the bottom of them so that you can see the water level. And I find that extremely unreliable because when it's really bright, you can't tell where the water is. And that just makes it a lot more difficult. We're gonna pour that in. All right, now it's time to tackle this plant. This is one of the most finicky alocasias that I own. And I'm always a little bit nervous to do anything with it because it throws a fit really, really quickly. I'm gonna see how pulling this out by the roots does. Okay. All right, let's try this a different way. Oh my God, I feel roots pulling. I hope I didn't damage anything. This is, I swear, this is like the most, oh God, I hope I don't mess anything up over here. I can already tell that these roots are all the way down to the reservoir plate. Okay, I see what the problem was. This was so in need of a repot. I didn't get all of the roots out. I felt some breaking when I was taking this out, so I'm a little bit concerned, not gonna lie. Look at this. I can tell already that I detached these roots, and so they're probably gonna rot. I don't know, but the roots look really healthy. I want to cut these. Like I really, really want to cut these, but I'm not. I'm not going to cut them. Now, the difficult part. Placement is probably the part that takes me the longest. I want this water meter to be in a convenient place because if it isn't, I'm not going to be able to tell when it needs to be watered because I'm not going to be able to look at it easily. And then also too, when I water it, I don't want any obstructions or anything near here so that I can just water it really easily. I tend to put it in the front of my pots. A lot of people might not, because some people think that this isn't the most attractive thing, but I actually really love it. I don't mind. Turn it this way. I hope this looks good. All right, it's time to start backfilling. Also, what I tend to do is when I'm potting alocasias, I will actually pot them a little bit deeper and further back in the pot than they were before. That's because as this plant touches the substrate or soil or whatever you're planting it in, it'll form roots. I think I'm happy with this. Okay, that was a struggle. Now that I have it exactly the way that I want it, it's time to get it back into the liner. Okay, that's a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be. All right, it looks so much smaller now, which is completely fine. We're gonna go ahead and place them back. So here's a finished product. I'm still a little weird about it because it just looks different, right? It looks a lot different than it used to, but I think it's gonna adjust. Also, the leaves are in a different position to the light source. It's overcast outside right now, so that's gonna be good for it acclimating to the sun since it's not out right now. But yeah, so this is it. I guess that's it. I don't know how to end a video. It's weird. Bye.